Dropping onto Islands of Ice, a match between two undefeated teams. This is TNG versus Star Underscore. This is one of Star Brazil's additional teams they have fielded in the tournament.
That is
You can
correct.
see there it is a mix of their guys from their various sub clans.
That's correct. Which side would you like to take, sir?
I was going to say, Zath, talk to me about the TNG lineup.
All
Green
right,
team up to the north.
let's do it. We got ourselves for battleships a Kremlin and an Ohio. For cruisers, we've got two Des Moines, a Moskva and a Venezia. And then for our destroyers, we've got three of them: a Marceau, a Gearing, and another Gearing.
From the south in red, opposing them from Star Brazil, we will find an Ohio and a Kremlin.
Mm-hmm.
I love their camos, Zath. Zath, look at that. They're all
Uh,
wearing the Brazilian camos,
of course they are.
That is
Brazilian,
awesome.
Brazilian
I love
pride.
everything.
They're
I
not
love
all.
everything about this.
Not
Awesome.
all of them. One
They're
of the
also,
Venezias is not. Oops,
they
didn't get the
have
memo.
An imposter, Zath. They have an imposter. Anyway,
sus.
also looking at Des Moines, Venezia, Moskva, and Nevsky. Gearing, Daring, and Ragnar rounding things out for them. Both teams going for a bit of a split. One destroyer to mid, and we're looking at Kremlin, Ragnar, Venezia headed to C for Star, Ohio, Des Moines, Moskva, and Gearing headed over to A. It's not quite so even on the TNG side of the map.
No, but it definitely looks like both teams are valuing A higher than C cap.
Well, yeah, I don't know. In the off cap side, like we like to say, and when you play this map in ranked, let's say, right, where the A cap is the single cap, and the B and the C are kind of your gimme caps, right, on the right hand side of the map. It's a little different here in this map configuration, and I'm not sure that I necessarily agree with the idea that those caps are of equal value. Now, I will say that I'd like the idea, and this is what TNG is doing, of keeping the majority of their forces on the western half of the map. That row of islands that runs down the 6-7 line, right, really makes it a challenge. If you've got ships over at the sea cap that want to move in the middle of the board, you have very specific points that your enemy can plan for that you are basically forced to move through to get to the middle of the board. You have way more options if you're moving from A to B if you're coming from the west.
Yes. And that's something I actually talked about in a recent Zap chat. I've started doing a series on my viewer request about looking at maps and talking about the maps from various perspectives. What a destroyer player sees, what a cruiser player sees, what a battleship player sees, and what a carrier player sees. And it's actually a lot of fun going through that. And that's exactly one of the things that I mentioned. So yeah, absolutely. We see that happening here as well.
And Tony's got some daring torpedoes. Is he going to manage to dodge them?
Oh,
so close. Good ship handling. He does pull it off. Rodrigo's daring backing out of the middle of the board. And I think I agree with this play, Zath, realizing that they're going to pick up C. They're making a good push to contest A for now. Rodrigo basically kind of like, probably better that I just not be here just in case.
I mean, it doesn't help that he's on Des Moines radar still.
Yeah. I hadn't realized he was radar. In fact, yeah, right. I keep forgetting. How do I before we start the next game, Zath, remind me to go turn that on for both green and red teams. I still haven't done that.
Yep, you might have to do that, like I said, in a co-op game, so we can do that.
That's fine. We should have time for me to hop into one real quickly and knock it out. So I'll try and get that done.
Yep. That Harbinger is going to a place that I've mentioned before. It's in the Zat chat. It's a strong place, but it's also a bit of a trap because once you're there, you're stuck. If you back up too far,
nowhere.
If you back up too far, you've got a battleship from the seaside that can smack you. And all this time, you're just being farmed. As you can see, what Harbinger's already down 25%. He's lost a quarter of his HP. What has he gained out of this? He spooked the daring out of the cap, but Rodrigo's back. So doesn't matter.
Rodrigo is back because he knows that basically with the Des Moines in that position, nobody has shots on him. Even if he's radared again, he doesn't really know where Antonius' gearing is, but it's a safe bet that he probably won't be taking too many shells from that guy.
Now look at this. We've got a Des Moines and Moskva from Star Brazil in a cap, south of that island, both pointing different directions. Uh, that's gonna
Mm,
be interesting. Here comes the Kremlin
this,
rounds.
yeah, the Kremlin in this position is going to make this very uncomfortable for these guys. The
Ouch.
Des Moines is holding for now. He's about to reverse out to where Harbinger might start hitting him with AP. At least he would if I was Harbinger.
Mm.
He's got, yep, here comes. He's going to get one, maybe two salvos in before Recruiter can move up again. Oh, that one fell short,
Yes, it did.
and he gives up. He gives up almost immediately. But Recruiter is nose to nose with a Gearing, and I mean, sorry, with a Kremlin. It's not someplace I'd want to be.
Well, and look at this. They're coming down together, almost like an
Oh,
oh.
oh, massive hit. Over 20,000 damage out of that Kremlin salvo right into Recruita's side. It gave it
Yep.
just enough angle for those shells to come in as full pens.
Oh, there
And
and
there, oh, he
there's the other
pushes, he
side.
pushes back, and there's Harbinger with the Des Moines AP, and there he goes.
Bye bye.
Mm,
What a
mm.
play. What a play. So I was just going to mention that. So Kremlin, of course, with these big guns, I mean, he just comes through and he can overmatch the bow armor of a Des Moines. He can overmatch the stern armor of the Des Moines as well. So, ouch! Took probably at least two citadels in the face right there.
And Tony is trying to smoke up Harbinger's Des Moines to keep him on the board as he heals and continues his duel with Rafikar's Moskva. Under
Yeah,
6,000 HP, but trying to recover what he can. Is he
a
in
little
radar range of Raf? He is in radar range of Rafikar if Rafa wants to try it.
right. I was going to mention it's a little bit late reaction to that smoke. I think he could have been smoked a lot earlier, and he'd have a lot more
Yeah,
hit points if so.
I agree, and I think they were really trying to hold on to the B cap because now they have no caps at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
A is contested, but I don't think that Star is going to be able to hold that forever, right? The Moscow's getting beat up. The Ohio is, I mean,
Yeah.
they just can't hold this forever. They don't have the
So
firepower to hold this forever.
so at A, it's just a question of how long can Star hold on while the rest of the team flanks around. But of course, the rest of the team has to deal with the Venezia and a Marceau from TNG just harassing them as they go.
Well, it's part of it is how long can they hold, and part of it is who can they take with them.
Correct.
Rafikar manages to dodge some of the incoming Kremlin fire that would like to have ended his game. Patriota now
Oh,
looking for a shot,
there goes Harbinger. Thor
but
taking him down.
Harbinger does finally go down from the Kremlin strong Kremlin position in the middle of the board. He's over here on the 7-8 line, up
Look
on the
at
E line, looking right in mid.
look at Patriot just casually sailing broadside to four enemies.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
Ohio. Like,
He's just like, lol.
like what
Punches
is?
the Moskva squarely in the nose.
Yeah, I don't know if he could see. He could not see the Des Moines. I'm sure he would have rather shot the Des Moines Imperator Danny, but
Yeah,
he can't see him right
I just
now.
the next time Righteous pulls the trigger, Patriota's going out.
Nope,
I mean,
Righteous just shot Rafikar's Moskva instead, because he's already figured Patriot's
well,
dead.
Rafa's about to take a torpedo, so that's over.
Yeah.
My point is Righteous, he's giving Righteous a shot he absolutely cannot give up.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he gets full pins in the stern, which looks like what's about to happen.
There
Look
it
at that.
is.
There it
There
was.
it is. Two for the price of one.
Two quick kills for TNG, and just like that, Star down two ships.
Yep.
Not even quite yet 8 minutes in the game as the A flank has basically folded.
So now the question is, what can Marco do with his gearing for damage? Can he harass while TNG's opposite side, Venezia and Marceau, are trying to harass as well? What you're going to
So
see,
he
guys,
can. Go ahead.
what you're going to see, guys, is essentially what we call the toilet bowl. Both teams are going to curve inward, and they're going to cycle their way into C cap, and that's kind of what you're already seeing, especially from the TNG side.
Marco made one mistake there that I feel is worth pointing out. You see where his
Mm,
torpedoes are astern of the Kremlin. He
mm,
fired those torpedoes, I think, at Righteous,
mm-hmm.
assuming that Righteous was going to hold his earlier course. But I mean,
Yes.
it was kind of obvious that as soon as the Ohio went down, Righteous would turn into the middle of the board. I feel like he
Yes.
would have been better served to hold that salvo until Righteous had made that turn kind of harder in
Mm.
and then dump the torpedoes.
Now, credit where credit is due. One thing. Oh, here comes Kremlin salvo. No, Nevsky's like, I'm also Russian. F off. So Marco, Marco recognized that his torpedoes were behind Righteous, so he started shooting Righteous because most players would immediately stop and turn in when they recognize there's a destroyer torpedo threat. Righteous said, "Nope,
Mm,
I'm just going to keep going broadside to you because I know what you're trying to do. You're
right.
trying to bait me
He
into
was
stopping."
he was trying to bait him into making that move. Oh, a good
There's the
citadel there
Citadel.
on the Nevsky. There's the citadel on Kron's Nevsky.
Yep. Look at
So
Rodrigo.
now,
Rodrigo is oof, oof,
what
oof,
is he?
oof, omega
This
oof.
is this
Here it comes,
is
right
this
here.
is ultra mega.
See ya.
Oh,
See ya.
yikes! Now the conga line torps are out on late lights, Ohio, and late light doesn't have a whole lot of time to react to this. I wonder how many of these are going to land. Late's turning in now. He's going to take at least four or five. He's take 5 of these.
Yeah, it's okay.
Ouch.
It'll
I mean, it
buff
was a
out.
that'll buff right out. It's a
Yeah.
big hit, but not enough of a hit to warrant trading your ship because
No.
Star still down 4 ships right here, and they're going to get pushed really hard at at B right now. It's
Mm-hmm.
coming.
Absolutely. Both teams, I mean, B is going to be, essentially the Thunderdome of this map. It's already turned into that. It's just a question of TNG, of course, having this huge advantage. Can they press that advantage, or is Star going to find some crack in TNG's positioning? I just don't see it.
I mean, we're 11 minutes into the game. It's
Mm,
close on points, right? Both teams they're
mm,
within 6 points,
mm-hmm.
but TNG has such a massive surviving firepower advantage, and they're about to lose their backfield Venezia way back on the 10 line. That's going to leave the guys in the middle of the board basically all by themselves. It's going to be
Right.
it. It's about to be what 8 on 4,
Yes.
a 2-to-1 ship advantage for TNG. I don't think Star's got a way back into this
Now,
game, Zach. They're going to
meanwhile,
make a fight of it, but yikes.
look at the 10 line here. Wise God of Battle is wisely using the border to try to dodge some shells from TNG's Marceau and Venezia. They've realized that they don't need to worry about keeping both those assets into harassment mode. Now they just want to kill this guy, get him off the board.
3 big gearing torps into Thor's Kremlin in the middle of the board as he takes a shot at Late Lights, Ohio. A solid hit, but Late Lights survives. Kendall's Ragnar looking to get the kill on Aragorn's gearing, and he probably
There it
will. There he
is. There it
goes.
is.
A big kill for Star. They need that.
Look at this Nevsky Death Snail that Marco just created.
Marco finally getting some torpedoes into Righteous's Kremlin, and he does create a really nice smoke cloud here for
Mm.
Kronz Nevsky.
Yep, there goes that Venezia. Wise God of Battle going down.
Got some torpedoes out. We'll have to see if those are going to land on Momo. Looks like Momo is going to con his ship. Actually, those are slow enough. Maybe are they going to pass in front of him?
They're going to go in front. He hit the brakes.
Yep.
They flew right by.
TNG out to a 3-ship lead, about 90 points and growing on the strength of their cap advantage. It's going to get bigger here in a minute when Thor's Kremlin goes down. That should happen in moments.
Yeah.
He's driving forward into Late Lights, Ohio, who he can see, and Imperator's Des Moines, who he can see just now as Imperator opens fire.
There's the fire.
Too late. Yep.
Tick down on
And
fire.
Just like that, it's pretty well all over now. The Ragnar in the cap can't keep anybody from pushing in because he has no torpedoes.
Nope.
He's all by himself.
He's got 1 torpedo raptor.
That's true. He does have 1 torpedo, but I don't believe he would survive to use his torpedo.
No.
And his 1 torpedo also not enough to kill the Des Moines, as a simple example.
Even with ramming flag, that is correct.
Even with ramming flag, that is not enough damage to kill that Des Moines. He's got torpedoes coming in from astern. It looks like he might take one. Nope. He's going to find a hole just in time for the Des Moines. The Moskva even to end his game.
Red Cool wants all of that glory.
Marco with another torpedo salvo into Righteous Fury's Kremlin, one amidships, and he puts one right into the bow of Red Cool's Moskva. But it's just not going to be enough here. Nevsky torpedoes coming in for Righteous Fury now. Going to take 1 more on the belt, as he is going to finish off Red Cool's Moskva.
Nice.
Start bagging another kill. But in the end, it won't matter.
Right.
Marco's gearing the last surviving starship on the board as TNG all over the caps with about a 400-point lead here. And just a matter of time for them to clean up Marco and win the game.
Right. So at this point, if Marco wants to extend the game, make us all watch for another minute or so, he just heads straight down with engine boost. If he wants to try to make an impact on the game, as you can see, he's trying to torpedo Righteous Fury, and I like the fact that
he's shooting now. He's like, I'm done.
Yep, and
I'm done. I'm shooting.
And that makes sense, right? There's no point in dragging out a game beyond where it is. Nobody's getting XP out of this, any of that kind of stuff. So,
right, when you're in a random battle and you fight to the death, it makes sense. Every little extra bit of damage, spotting, whatever, all of that counts towards your XP or credit rewards. In a training room battle, none of that matters. You ain't getting anything. So, dragging it out is just doesn't really matter.
Right.
But TNG with a win here on their game 4 of the day. They remain undefeated at the moment. They are 4-0 here in Group 3 as Star Brazil takes their first loss of the day, but both teams will probably see again in the next stage of the event.
Correct. Ooh, that was an entertaining battle, and when we picked that battle, when we talked through that, I knew that was going to be something special. So I hope you guys all enjoyed that game, because that was, oof.
Yeah, TNG looks really good today, Zath. They look like they took some losses, but I mean, the Harbingers Des Moines, the first loss they took, they were going to lose that ship, but they got a lot of good work out of it before he went, right? So,
right.
It would not necessarily just in kills, but in terms of threat and what he represents in that position and how Star has to react to him.
Yep.
I really liked how TNG deployed super heavy to the 1-2 line because it meant basically they could force the win at the A cap.
That's right. Okay, I think we have our next game ready to go.
Okay, who is that?
That should be memes versus CCTV.
Okay, let me get back into here. Yes, memes, and we're going to Trap. Trap for our last
right.
2 games of the day.
That's right, and I believe right now I think I'm being hosted by Wargaming's main channel at this point. So
maybe I don't know.
If you are checking this game out on Wargaming's main channel, thank you very much for sticking through this and hanging out. Just a quick reminder, I don't know if they have drops enabled on Wargaming's main channel, so feel free to watch over on mine, twitch.tv/Lord_Zath, and we'll get you your King of the Sea container. And don't forget also Sea Raptor streaming right alongside me. Go check him out as well, twitch.tv/SeaRaptor00.
Yes, you are being hosted over on the main channel.
Excelente. Thank you very much for setting that up, Wargaming. I really do appreciate that. I believe that's Mara Draco and so much other work that went into organizing all of this. So, absolutely fantastic. I'm looking at our next game. I'm trying to find a potential host. Not seeing it just yet.
Yeah, let's see. It's going to be... We're in Game 5 now. So you said it was memes and CCTV?
And CCTV, that is correct.
And they are Group 3, Group 2. Where are we going?
I need
505 should be Group 2. No.
And like you said, it's on Trap.
Are we in Group 8? We're in Group 8.
Yes.
I apologize, Zap. We're back on Islands of Ice. This is my bad.
Oh.
This is my bad. We're in Group 8, Islands of Ice again. Sorry. My bad.
I see it.
I see it.
Okay.
Yep.
No problem.
I gotta fix that on my what's it over here. Hold on.
On your who's he what's it?
That window. On my who's he what's it. There we go. Back to Islands of Ice for one more game. There we go. All right, my mistake. All right. So that is there, and then we got to find our game host.
And yeah,
doesn't look like they're in room just yet. In fact, let's see. It looks like memes. His previous game is finished. CCTV. I don't see a result just yet.
Yep. No problem, guys.
In the meantime, I'm going to go have a look at tournament and see what is going on across the various groups today. Why is this not updating? Why don't
maybe I shall join you in that endeavor.
Yeah, why don't we do a refresh here?
Refreshes are fun.
Refresh cache of current page.
Game is up under Redneck.
Excellent. I will come find it. XPN goes undefeated in Group 1.
Oh my goodness.
They are absolutely moving on. Yep, they are 5-0 today, looking good.
Just cutting through
Group
people.
2 as it rolls around
here. The Nigerian princes are doing fine too. No cap also as Sur up at 12 points. TNG at 12 as well. AR in Group 8 is at 12. Look at Group 7. Everybody's at 6 points except for RLN and NDLBR. That's the one group we're missing today, if I remember right.
That's true. How are boys in Kraken below doing? They've only got 3 points right now.
Hmm.
Who are they? Are they in the middle of a game? Nope, they're 1-2. Let's see. They just got their first win of the day. They beat THG. They
Okay.
lost to Yes CV and FBR1. They've still got to play Finns and NACL. And NACL right now is undefeated in that group. So that's going to be
Ah,
interesting to watch.
and we watched NACL earlier today.
We did. We did. We did. They look good.
Mm-hmm. They did look very good. All right. Well, if our boys at Kraken Below should fail, our boys at Kraken Main hopefully will hold up the mantle, and tomorrow we'll move on. We'll see.
But we'll
Um,
see.
like I'm letting know we're ready. I love this in the stream chat in the training room chat says, "Welcome, my lords, to wackiness." I
I'm
can't.
a fan of wackiness, kids. Let's do it.
I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming up next. As we see, we have a training room issue. We'll figure out what that is. But as Raptor mentioned, we are once again on Islands of Ice,
Mhm.
which, when you abbreviate it, looks like LOL.
Well, you're not wrong.
No. No. And how many of you guys? Here's a test for all of you in chat right now. How many of you all missed the original Islands of Ice from way back in closed beta test, even closed alpha
Yo.
test? The original Islands of
Yo.
Ice. Yo, right here.
Yo,
Yeah.
that southern iceberg field made for the
Yeah.
most epic destroyer duels. So
Yes.
much fun.
Yes.
So much fun.
There was a place for
Miss it.
everyone in that
Yeah,
map.
I miss it. I miss it mightily.
All right. Well, it looks to me like
Game's
it is
dropping.
time for our battle. That is correct.
So it would seem. So it would seem.